Welcome back to Newsmax Now. I'm John Bachman. As we told you earlier in this show, former New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg has dropped out of the presidential race and is now endorsing former Vice President Joe Biden. This is what he spent on his campaign, about $560 million on ads. And he got 44 delegates for that paltry sum of money. You know, I'm not a math whiz here, but you can break it down. $13 million per delegate. Is that a good investment? Let's welcome in our two marketing experts. One from Alison May, Public Relations, also host here on NewsmaxTV, Alison Maloni, and also with us here on the set, John Tantillo, the marketing doctor. Friends, great to see you both.
Good to see you, too.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah.
All right, so that's a lot of money. Maybe not to Michael Bloomberg, but to us. That's a lot of money, right?
Yeah, you know what they say, money can't buy happiness, nor a delegate. Well, if you're a... if they don't like you.
$13 million will buy you a delegate.
Yes. Well, okay, amend that. It can't get you elected. And that's the marketing inside information. You can't create a need, you can only satisfy it. And when people saw him on that debate, they sampled him and they did not like what they saw. Marketing and in action.
I think the money can buy you. It can get you eyeballs, right? I mean, he was really low in the polls when he jumped in the race, and then he went up because he spent millions of dollars on ads. He got noticed, but as John said, the second he hit that debate stage, he just went down, and he didn't resonate with voters.
I think also universally this tells us something. Is you can have a great ad, but you have to have the product to back it up.
Yeah, but his ads were not good. And they were good from a production point of view.
Maybe effective, I should say.
Right, because in advertising, what you want to do is you want to motivate your viewer to do something. They didn't do it.
Right.
It didn't work.
It raised his poll numbers, made him relevant for a period of time. You know, Alison, how damaged is the Bloomberg brand? I mean, he uses his name for his company. Obviously, that's very powerful and going to be a billion-dollar company for a long period of time. But he doesn't look good coming out of this.
No, he doesn't, because obviously his goal was to beat Trump. He spent all this money, and then, I thought actually last night that he was going to stay in the race.
And he's a public health hazard, we know now, too.
Well, yes.
Licking his fingers.
I can't watch that video again. But, I think the fact that, whoever was advising him, they were telling him, be funny, tell jokes, and he did that at the last debate. I think, this is going to die down. People are going to forget about it. The brand's going to be okay. He just needs to kind of, continue doing what he was doing prior to running for president.
Any animosity between the Democratic establishment could probably go away with another $560 billion, right? If he's spending it on Joe Biden. Well, I also want to ask you guys this now that we're kind of down to a two-man race. And, not everybody runs to be for president to win. There's discussion about 1992. Bill Clinton ran as kind of a test run to get his name out there and wound up winning. But we wanted to look at some of the candidates who may not have won, but have certainly raised their brand level significantly. Here's our list of folks. Andrew Yang is at the top of the list. Universally liked even by Republicans, has a very unique platform to run on, was the first hire after he dropped out of the race to become a TV pundit here. He's talking about maybe running for mayor of New York City now. And again, everybody likes him. Pete Buttigieg, obviously, he's now a national figure. He might be VP, maybe.
It's possible.
Youth obviously important there. And Joe Biden, Bernie Sanders, obviously still, up there now as well. But what do you guys think? Who did the most for their brand so far?
I think Buttigieg. I think that, he's likable. I think that he did well on the debate stage during a couple of the debates. I think that he definitely is going to continue his career in politics, and I could see him going very high.
I got to my favorite is Yang, and the idea that he wants to run for mayor is music to my ears since I live here.
Yes, you're going to get $1,000 a month, maybe.
There you go. There you go. The only
which can pay for your parking, right?
But the only issue is that once you become mayor, you can't become president of the United States. It's politics 101.
You mean Bill de Blasio doesn't have a path forward to the White House?
Well, if John Lindsay didn't do it back in the 70s, I should say, nobody could do it. One of the most popular mayors in New York City.
Speaking, since we're talking about millions and millions of dollars, we couldn't let Tom Steyer off the hook either because he staked everything. First on impeachment. He spent a lot of money on that impeaching Trump campaign.
And
he's got nothing to show for it.
I remember his first ad was about impeaching the president.
Yes.
He brought nothing to the table. He had talked nothing about policy. Nobody really knew who he was. I think he got a couple of words in edgewise at the debates talking about climate change, raising his hand a couple of times. But yeah, that again goes to show you money can't buy your seat at the White House.
And everybody forgets the importance of likability. He was angry. There was an edge to him.
A nervous kind of, same thing Elizabeth Warren, I think, has, is that nervous energy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that you can't overcome.
All right. Well, still a long way to go.
Yeah.
Nothing is certain for sure. We got another contest next week. It's going to be a bruising battle between Bernie Sanders and Joe Biden from here on out. Guys, great to see you. Until next time.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you.
All right, guys, we'll be right back after a short commercial break. Stay with us.
Great.